Lord, we're back. Welcome back inside another episode of the Let's Not Do This podcast. The Big O, Leon Oliver, sitting along two of the three unwise men, Scotty Too Hottie and Chris Green. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing good.
Doing good. That's good. As you can tell, we are one man down, and no, my size does not take up for that extra man.
Kind of.
But Ryan Mayer, is Ryan dead?
Stop. Do not put that out into the universe. We love you, Ryan. We miss you.
He's supposedly on vacation. I don't know where he vacations or where he goes or what he does. I just know that some jellyfish somewhere is going to get some very old blood and it starts biting into him. If a jellyfish bites him, do you think
they bite? I think they just sting.
Sting? I don't know what they do. I'm not a marine biologist like George Costanza.
You look like a whale, though.
Oh, well, you know,
you're one of those.
Got a lot of love to give.
You're a fucking sea creature.
I'm knocking over. I got nothing there.
Whales are still fucking with birders. They messed up a race in Spain, I think I heard.
Really?
Yeah. I meant to put that on the rundown.
What the fuck is up with the sea right now?
I don't know.
They hate us.
Yeah, like they're forging a comeback. Did you guys see that?
We don't belong there.
That fucking ship. What was the name of it? The Icon of the Sea. It's supposed to be like the world's largest ship. It's like bigger than the Titanic. No, I saw a tweet earlier today.
A cruise ship? Or?
Yeah, it's a cruise ship.
Yeah,
I mean, Google this thing. Look it up right now. It is a monstrosity, the size of this thing. And I wonder how many lifeboats are on this. I mean, it looks like a small Kansas town.
What's it called?
The Icon of the Sea. And I'm not sure what logo is on the front of that cruise ship. It may be Royal Caribbean, maybe.
Yeah.
Is the Royal Caribbean like the trash one?
No, I didn't know there was
a
trash one. But
all cruises are trashy, but some are trashier than others.
I mean, it looks like a good time.
Humongous.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's just no way in hell that I'm getting on that thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're signing your own death wish.
So when you go on these cruises, they make frequent stops, right? Or you're just on the boat the whole time?
Depends.
Yeah, I think it depends. I think some of them, you just kind of go out in the middle of nowhere. I think those are
I don't know if I would.
Yeah, the trashiest ones. And I think some stop at islands.
Yeah, I would go to the ones that go to the islands.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I don't want to be trapped on the boat the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, question, do you need I assume because you're going internationally, you would need a passport, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. What if you lost it?
Well, if you don't have one, I think you just have to stay on the boat.
It was like a field trip when your parents didn't sign the permission slip and everyone's gone. You're like the one kid in school.
I remember one time my mom had signed up to volunteer to go on the field trip, and I got in trouble and I wasn't allowed to go. So I had to sit in the gym and help clean up everything in the gym.
Did your mom go?
No, she didn't.
Now, Chris, where does your school, because you told me some tales about your school, where does your school go on field trips? Was it like a box factory? Was it the correctional facility?
No, I think we were going to the zoo, the Richmond Zoo.
Oh, okay. Well, that is
This was back in 4th or 5th grade.
I was going to say,
this is before it got good, before they brought the big cats in and stuff.
I thought you were going to say this is before they cooked the animals a couple weeks ago.
What?
You didn't hear about the fire at the zoo? It's awful.
Shit.
Yeah. It was I think a couple of somethings died. R.I.P. zoo animals that passed away.
We love animals.
When I was in high school, we went on one field trip, and it was my freshman year. Somehow, they afforded to take us to Disney World. I think it was because...
Was that a band competition?
It was a band trip. And I think the reason we got it is because apparently the band treasurer previously embezzled a bunch of money.
Allegedly.
They did. So I'm thinking they got paid from a lawsuit or whatever, and that's how... Because there's no way we could have afforded that. That's the only field trip I even heard of.
And how old were you?
All 4 years. How old are you as a freshman in high school? I don't know.
14.
14.
So was there a man in a white van that was telling you to put your little band costume on and go across state lines with him? Was it Herbert from Family Guy?
We did take a charter bus all the way down to Orlando. We did march in a parade. It was pretty sweet.
The coolest field trip that I...
That's a joke. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it about what parade you were marching in.
The coolest field trip I ever went on was to the Baltimore Aquarium in 7th grade. That was a good time. Yeah. Baltimore Aquarium's dope. We got to go play around in the harbor.
Nice.
Yeah, we went to Maymont in middle school and got kicked out. Because
one of the
kids kept messing with the turtles. He kept poking it. They kicked us all out.
We went to...
Maymont was always a good time, though.
The best field trip I ever did was 3rd grade. We went to the zoo in D.C., and it was the first time I ever had coffee in my life. Like, we were just walking around.
As a third grader?
Yeah, we didn't really have
At
a
a
lot of
zoo?
chaperones. And I walked up to the concession stand, and I ordered black coffee because the people had dared me to. And the guy was like, I don't know if I can sell this to you. And I was like, I have it all the time at home, man. It's no big deal. It's not alcohol. And the guy gives me black coffee. I didn't know that you're supposed to like put stuff in it. So I just like started drinking this black coffee, which was god awful to a third grader.
It's god awful to a 36-year-old too.
Oh, I love black coffee
I
now.
cannot.
But yeah, it was awful. And I could hear the guys like walking away. It's like, man, that kid's fucking drinking coffee. Like, look at him. My dad went on the field trip with us once as a chaperone. We went whale watching in Virginia Beach. We didn't see one goddamn whale.
It's pretty fucking cool though.
Yeah, it was also a gifted and talented field trip for us high achievers.
Gifted and talented or special ed?
Not the bus that Scotty was on. But we went on this trip, and my dad was a chaperone, and my dad doesn't drink anymore, but the old man used to like to put some beers down. They find my dad below deck. This boat had like a bar. Why that bar was still open with fifth graders on there, I don't know. But my old man was pounding Bud Heavies, and he's supposed to be a chaperone.
Nice.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids. And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree right now. Just different beer brands here.
Was it open bar?
It was not open bar. It was
okay.
cash bar. So I'm sure he was probably paying, $10, which is like $30 now, But what are you going to do? All right. So what are you going to do last night? I guess most of America was watching Major League Baseball All-Star game. Well, Ryan was dead.
The home run derby.
Home run derby. Yeah.
Coming up.
All-Star game is going on literally
Tonight.
as we record this. Or about to come on as we record this.
8 o'clock.
All right. I didn't watch a single pitch in this thing. I didn't bet on it. Last year I won like $300. I don't know. The interest has waned for me on this. I was watching YouTube cooking and travel shows. I'm very domesticated now. Scotty, I know you had some.
Different word for weird.
I
Yeah.
like to say cultured.
I had a few bets last night, but every bet I placed, they ran into a buzzsaw, and then that guy would like fizzle out the next round. It was fucking annoying.
Did you put your money on Adley Rushman?
I did have some money on Rutschman. Yeah, he came out hot. He was batting on both sides of the plate. Had his dad pitching. It was pretty cool. I thought he was going to win, and then he was going up against how you say his name again? Is it Robert or Robert?
I think it's Robert.
I think it's Robert. I don't know.
I thought it was just American.
The only player that anyone knows for the White Sox.
Pretty sure
outside
he's
of,
American because his last.
Well, he's leading the
He's a
league.
junior.
Yeah.
So.
He's leading the league, and
So wait,
so what
They
does
don't
that
have
mean?
juniors in fucking Europe.
That might be racist. Are you sure about that?
so you can only be a junior if you're from America.
Have you ever heard of a junior anywhere else in the world?
No, fuck. Never thought about that. So you telling me no one in the Congo is like named Junior?
I don't think so. I mean, never mind.
Belgium? You were going. You know what?
That might be racist.
I never thought about that. Well, at least they hopefully they got his ethnicity right because Vladimir Guerrero Jr. won, right?
He did.
And apparently ESPN put up a graphic. He was like the first
Wait. Who won?
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Right?
Junior?
Yeah.
Guerrero?
Yeah.
Oh, that's American. Right?
Apparently they put up a graphic.
He was born in the USA,
There we
wasn't
go.
he?
Well, he was actually born in Montreal. That was the thing, and they put up a thing saying he was the first Cuban-born player to like win the home run derby, and it was like, he was born in Montreal.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm completely wrong about the junior thing. I retract
I
everything
don't think
just
it's
said.
very popular in most countries, but I don't
Probably
think
not.
we're the only ones.
It's an Americanized thing, though. I think.
I could see it being popular in like the English world, maybe. You know,
Yeah, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
they're the fourths and the fifths
The
and the
third.
sixth.
why is that
yeah.
anyway? When someone, it's always like, Tad Smith, and then you get Tad Smith Jr., and then doesn't they go like Tad Smith the second or something? Like, doesn't it?
I think the second is if you're not the firstborn, you don't get junior. You're the second.
That's fucked up. If you're the second one, like if
If there's
Or
a
if you have a
daughter,
daughter,
if there's
yeah.
a daughter born, or if you have another child that was not named after you,
And then you
it
have a
can't
child you
be a
like better.
junior.
You have a child you
I
like better,
think.
so you name
I
him
don't
after
know.
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, we need to fix this. So from now on, Junior needs to be eliminated.
Why?
Because it needs to go from 1 to 2. So, like, if you're Tad Smith, then you have the next kid, you name him Tad Smith, he's the second because he's
you
the
could do,
second incarnation.
Like George Foreman did all his kids: George 1, George 2, George 3, George 4.
Yeah, isn't the girl like Georgina or some shit like that?
Something like that.
The fuck is a tad?
It was the richest name I could think of off the top of my head.
That's a rich name?
And I was trying not to be racist.
Huh.
Yeah, Ted and Biffy. That's old money right there. Summering at the Hamptons. You got and you call yourself a Virginia fan. They ought to punch you in the neck, like Colin Cowherd would say. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, do you?
I have no idea.
You haven't heard the Colin Cowherd?
No,
It's the only good thing he's ever done.
I've never heard the rant because
It's great.
Cowherd's a moron. So if he's got any opinion on UVA, it's got to be wrong.
Jeez, I'm going to introduce you to the year 2007 here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's why I always make Zima jokes with UVA.
I mean, those are funny.
Well,
all right. So Home Run Derby was last night. All-Star Game is tonight. So we're officially at the unofficial, official halfway point of the Major League Baseball season. I think our MLB picks for the year are all on life support right now.
Some of y'all's.
Well, Homer, Chris over here picked the Braves, of course. Let's see what happens with them.
And they're the best team in the whole Major League by a long shot.
And who did you have in the American League?
I think Toronto. They are currently second in the wild card.
The Burpin Blue Jays right there. And, Scotty, I think you and I were chewing on the same piece of felt there. I think we both had Friars, Astros.
yeah, that's never good.
No, it's never
Houston's
good.
They still got a chance.
Houston's been injured. They've had so many injuries. They've been so dinged up. They're getting guys back, starting to play a little bit better. But San Diego definitely has been the biggest disappointment in baseball thus far.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, so do we want to re-look at these, re-examine these things now at the halfway point?
Yeah, I'm going to keep Houston since that was my pick and they're still in it. I'll keep them to, I think I had them winning
You didn't pick the Orioles?
He's being
No,
realistic.
I didn't. I mean, if we get some pitching, if we go out and get
I mean,
an
the
ace.
Orioles are the third best team in the major leagues right now. So
Yeah, but you need a pitcher once you get into the playoffs. If we go out and get an ace, then
we got a bunch of those.
we can go all the way if we get an ace. But I'm just going to keep my pick. Houston over, I'll just go super chalk. Houston over Atlanta in the World Series.
Okay. Well, we're 1-0 against them in the last few years in the World Series. So
Christopher?
I'm going Braves, obviously. And since Scotty won't pick his own team, I'll pick him. Baltimore.
Wow, so the mid-'90s old interleague rivalry of every kid from the Mid-Atlantic area.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
I was just keeping my same AL pick since that was my pick.
Soft.
They're still in it.
For-
I will be rooting for Baltimore for sure.
By the way, you know the entire AL East would still be in Central, would still be in first place in the AL Central.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Looking at that right now.
I'm going
By
to
2.5 games.
switch my pick in the West. I didn't think these guys would last as long. I didn't think they would stay around. I thought they were going to be better, but somehow they keep doing it. I'm going to go with Texas Rangers, actually coming out of the American League. And then coming out of the National League, I'm going to switch my pick to the Cincinnati Reds. Since De La Cruz has been up, I think they've had the best record in baseball. They're young, they're exciting, they're playing amazing ball. If there's not, it's like one of, if not the best record. It's up there. But they're young, they're exciting, they get clutch hits. They're just having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They lost the series to Atlanta.
Yeah, they did. It's a series to Atlanta. But baseball's a long season.
Yeah, De La Cruz is awesome.
De La
though.
Cruz is
He
unreal.
stole second, third, and home on 2 pitches last week. It's
The
retarded.
dude's unreal.
It's insane.
The fact that he's not in the All-Star game tonight is criminal.
Well,
I think he just came up too late. Like,
Yeah, but I feel like the fans are dumb. Albeit I don't watch as much baseball as I used to.
fans are always dumb.
But the fans should never be allowed to vote in these things. You know, leave it up to the players, leave it up to the managers, and I would say the writers as well, the people that cover it every day. I feel like someone like that who's come up and made the contributions to the game that he has in a short amount of time should be allowed to be on the big stage. Like he deserves it. He's the most young, exciting. He's the most exciting player in baseball, not named Shohei Ohtani right now.
He'll get a chance.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to hopefully, knock on wood, have a very long career with a chance to do it for a long time. And for those people in Cincinnati, hopefully in that city for a long time. But yeah, he should be on the big stage.
Did you see when they were checking his bat?
Yeah, the
The
Nationals.
night they hit a home run. They checked his bat. He hit another one, and as he's walking to first base, he looks at the ump and is saying, "Check it again." And
I think he was looking at Davey Martinez when he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Arias is kind of cooled off for Miami. He's down to 383 on the season.
Oh,
This
well,
is batting average.
clearly he needs a Mark Gray slump buster
But yeah,
to figure things out. there.
baseball has been fun. A lot of good storylines this year so far.
Yeah. You know what the thing
A lot
is?
of
Like,
young, exciting players.
Yep.
I want to watch more of it. We all have the MLB package and stuff. I want to watch more of it. I just get distracted. And like, especially
Well, you're
on-
watching
a long
cooking
season.
shows because you're
Yeah.
addicted to food. So
Hey, you put a show on about barbecue and you give me barbecue in a foreign country, I'm going to watch it. 10 out of 10. I like to culture myself. I'm a world traveler. That was a bad segue that I was going to make there. Well, someone that's traveled over from France would be our friend Winnebago. I couldn't get to it fast enough here, Scotty. It's on another pot.
Where are they from?
Look at that. We finally used it.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, that was some girl in some pageant somewhere.
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe. There we go. So our buddy, what's his name? Victor Winnebago?
Wembenyama.
Wimby, I'm going to call him Winnebago.
Just call him Wemby.
Wimby. Nah, Winnebago sounds better. He's got some miles on
It doesn't.
him. Well, apparently he didn't have miles that first game. Apparently he stunk up the place, right?
he had a great second game though.
Yeah, the
Went
first game.
27 and 12.
First
was he?
game, he was 2 for 13 the first game.
Yeah.
Who was he playing in the second game? The Sisters of the Poor or something? Like,
I don't know. It
They
doesn't really matter who you're
play-
playing in the summer league.
It doesn't.
all
yeah.
guys.
But he went 27 and 12.
Yeah, he looked a lot more comfortable.
is anyone actually watching the Summer League?
I've watched a few
I'll
games
pop
here
in
and
here
there.
and there. Yeah.
So the NBA, so they got the Summer League thing going on, which is like, I guess, a thing for like rookies and guys trying to make the roster, kind of like fringe guys and stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So now they decided that, well, no one gives a fuck about our regular season, so let's spice it up. And they have a in-season tournament now.
Yeah, so from what I've been told, it's a lot like soccer. Not too familiar with that, but they have a bunch of group stages, so they separate them into groups, and they do a round robin. And so they're going to count as regular season games. The winner of each group will advance to the knockout stage, and they'll have a wild card from each conference. And then it's just quarterfinals and single elimination. The winner gets the Gold Cup.
So wait a minute. Well, first of all, the Gold Cup right now is soccer. That's going on right now
I
with
think it was
USA.
called the Gold Cup.
But so these games count as regular season
Or
games?
maybe it's the NBA Cup. I think every game except for the
Except for
final.
the championship
Yeah.
game.
So what happens if you're a team that's not selected to play in this thing? You're just sitting there.
Everybody's selected.
Everybody's in it.
Okay, so everyone's
So
in
the
it.
teams that don't make the knockout
So this
stage.
makes it so that everybody's got to play.
Gotcha.
Right.
So you're not resting guys necessarily.
So
So
the
it makes
teams that
sense.
don't make it to the knockout stage, they'll play 2 other teams.
Gotcha.
I don't know how they figured that part out, but
This is kind of like the Carabao Cup in England with the old EFL Cup, where essentially they take like the top 4 of the divisions. I think that's another cup that's just with Premier League teams. I get it. I kind of like the idea of like a separate competition because, like, if you're an English Premier League team, for example, right, you could in theory win the Carabao Cup. You can win the FA Cup, which is open to all pro teams in England. You could win the Premier League. And if you make it, you could win the Champions League or the Europa League or whatever. So you can win essentially 4 trophies in 1 year. I like the idea of having something else to play for, especially if you're like a lesser team, that maybe not be in competition. But the NBA screwed up here. They should have expanded this thing to like a FA Cup type situation. Canada has the Canadian Elite Basketball League or whatever. Mexico has a basketball league. Maybe put G League teams in there. Let's have like a North American like invitational, and that's your cup, and have it run concurrent with the NBA season. Wouldn't it be great to see the Lakers lose to like some Mexican team?
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
if the games
What
don't
if they
count,
did, though?
If the games don't count, you're not going to
Yeah,
get the
if,
players to play.
if the games don't count, then the superstars are not playing.
If you get the right sponsorship money and the right incentive to
dude, they're
in the contracts that make it mean something,
LeBron's a billionaire. He's not playing in meaningless games.
I think it would be a lot of fun. It would be a great way to grow the sport. They're always trying to expand the league. They've played games in Mexico City, stuff like that. I think it would be a great opportunity to expand the league.
Well, they got a G League team in Mexico now.
Really, there's a G League team in Mexico?
They got a G League team in Toronto, I believe.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're doing it measuredly. They're going to expand in a couple of years once the new TV contracts drop. Probably Las Vegas and Seattle. So I think they're doing just fine.
yeah,
This is just another way for them to make something to where teams aren't going to tank intentionally, I think.
yeah, it's getting a lot of hate, but I like it.
There's a financial incentive on
yeah,
it too.
that too.
So
But the NBA season is so long; it gets it gets kind of boring sometimes. This will break up the monotony, and I know that the young players are definitely going to come ready to play. I don't know about some of the veterans, but I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
So you think somebody like the Washington Wizards might go all out to try to win this kind of tournament?
Maybe the Orlando Magic.
Are they going to have
They still have a team?
different?
Yes.
Are they going to be able to flex games for this onto network TV or anything? Do we know? Have they talked about that?
With the first round NBA Cup matchup of the
Well, I mean,
Timberwolves against the Wizards.
Well, I'm sure the
they
knockout
want
stages will probably all be on TV.
the other
I'd imagine.
the other teams are going to want to get some TV time. So this might be a way to introduce some of the younger players on the lesser known teams. Like Indiana's got a good young team. So
You bring up an interesting point there. I think, though, I mean, like Scotty said, I think as you get to the later stages, the knockout stages, it'll probably go to more national networks, TNT, ESPN, so on and so forth. It's going to be a hard ask for someone like what's it now, Monumental Sports Network that has the Wizards now. They just rebranded to ask them to give up that revenue from those games for a national game, or smaller market team like Orlando or something like that to give up that TV revenue. I think that'd be a hard ask, especially with the RSNs already struggling as it is. But I'm actually kind of sort of intrigued by it. I'm not going to watch it. I'd rather take a bullet. But, I wish them well. I wish them well. But they should take my idea and let's expand this bad boy. Hell, put college teams in there. I want to see St. John's go against the Grizzlies.
TBT's coming up next week, I think, as well.
Maybe put some G League teams against college teams.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. And let's mix it up. It's basketball, I feel like the physicality lends itself a little bit different there. It's like football, you would kill people if you had a college team playing an NFL team or something like that, But I feel like it's a little bit more even in basketball. Baseball is probably the greatest equalizer or soccer, but I feel like you could get a decent matchup with some of these lower teams against a higher team.
In basketball?
Yeah, I think if people played like junk defenses and stuff that they don't normally see, imagine the pack line. If Virginia could employ the pack line against the NBA team.
Fuck no.
No, not happening.
I
Chris
love
brought
them
up-
to death, but no.
Chris brought up the TBT. Have you watched that at all?
I've seen bits and pieces.
That's a lot of fun. You won't see harder played basketball than that.
I think it starts.
And they let the guys play.
At the end of July. I think it's the last week of July, but I'm looking forward to it.
Are these guys playing for anything? Are they pros?
They're overseas pros.
Most of them,
a lot
Are they
of
working at Kinko's?
alumni teams, but it's for $1 million prize for the team.
So some of these guys might literally be hungry.
No, I don't.
A handful of them, not a lot. A lot of them are, like you said, overseas pros, guys. Some guys that are retired from the NBA. A couple.
Can we get Delonte West on one of those teams?
I mean, you probably could if. Yeah.
Let's not.
Leave that alone.
Let's not do this.
Corey Brewer's in it.
Is
Florida?
Yeah.
Florida Gator?
Yeah.
Look at that. I know something about the NBA.
Jeez. Hold on one second.
Or you know what? Let's invite the Big Three into it. You know what? There we go. Bring a Big Three team into this NBA tournament. Obviously, they got to fill out the roster a little bit, but I want to see an aging Big Three roster.
How did the Big Three come on your radar?
Because Ice Cube's been going all over every podcast in America whining that no one watches the league. I watched 3 minutes of it on Rogan and quickly turned it off.
I never know when it's on.
Yeah.
Back to Corey Brewer, all-time career high of 51 points in 2014, which, if you know anything about him, he could not shoot for shit. So it's amazing that he scored 51 points.
There we go. All right. Well, leaving the sports segment this week, we will abstain from the picks this week because, there ain't a ton going on right now. Golf has an alternate field event.
I do like the name of the race this weekend, though, for NASCAR, the Crayon 301.
It's the Crayon 301 at Loudon, New Hampshire. I will just toss out
Scotty says
Crown
Crown.
301.
Crown 301. I will just toss out a quick NASCAR pick, though. He's pretty much going to probably have to win to get into the playoffs. I do like Chase Elliott. Pretty much all the apps are down right now, though, so I can't see the odds. But I do like Chase Elliott this week.
Since you made a pick, I'm picking Victor Hovland in golf.
Is he in the Barbasol or is he in the Genesis Scottish Open? Okay.
So is this week, right?
Yeah, this week. Yeah, the Genesis Scottish Open, and then the guys who are on the equivalent of Chris's talent level are in Kentucky for the Barbasol.
Come on,
It's a
man.
great way to steal a win. If I was like, a top 200 golfer or something like that, somebody's like barely sticking around, keeping my tour card barely. I'm playing the Barbasol this week. I'm trying to get a win.
All right. Well, if y'all are making picks, then I'm going to pick Novak Djokovic to win Wimbledon
They're in
again.
the semifinals. You can't-
Is that still going on?
It is.
Yeah, they're in the semifinals. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That thing has been going on for like 6 weeks.
Djokovic
He's minus 200
versus Yannick Sinner.
He messed
What a
up.
name.
He messed up one of my parlays. I had him to win in straight sets.
Jeez.
And he won 3-1.
Wimbledon and in the Tour de France. Oh, damn it, wrong
Wrong
one.
one, you moron.
Damn, different pots. Anyway, Wimbledon and the Tour de France, I
Yeah.
feel like they've been going on for like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
4 weeks. I got no idea.
Didn't even know people were still riding bicycles.
Well, they haven't burned the whole country down yet, just about 70%. So I was actually expecting them to get attacked somewhere along the way. I'm glad it hasn't happened. I figured the protesters would take it out on the bike riders. I'm glad that has not happened yet. So go Tour de France.
No comment.
Toward a what?
Tour de France. There we go.
We'll say it the fucking drop.
It's another pot. You got to hit like 6 things to get there.
That might be racist.
All right, so transitioning, just like Chris, I saw a story. We're going to hold off on delving into this a little bit more next week, but there was a 10-year-old boy, and I would like to say he's okay. That's the most important thing. But he was in South Carolina, and apparently he had to go to the hospital for water intoxication. Now, we've all been intoxicated before.
Yeah.
Chris is intoxicated a lot.
Probably right now.
I would say so on a liquid that's not alcohol. I'll leave that to your imagination. But this kid had to go to the hospital. He's a 10-year-old. He was playing with, I guess, some family members. He got tired. It was really hot. He had wound up in the hospital after drinking 6 bottles of water in 1 hour and received water intoxication. They didn't say how big the bottles of water were, but he drank them between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m.
He was probably overheated already, so I would assume that that's probably. I mean, it's not going to sit well, anyways. It's a lot of liquid, but yeah.
Yeah, they said he was pretty exhausted, and then like an hour or so later, around 10:30, he started throwing up.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's like one of the first signs of it. And they took him to the hospital, gave him a bunch of sodium and potassium, and he woke up at 1:30 in the morning, asked for food, and wanted to know what happened. I didn't know that you could get drunk off of water.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah,
drunk,
it's not really
but
drunk.
I
They say
think-
water intoxication.
Yeah, I think it's too much liquid for his body because he's only 10.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
I've heard of this, but I thought it would take a lot more than 6 bottles of water for this to happen. Maybe there were liter bottles. I don't know.
Let's find out next week.
Yeah, next week I say, Chris,
I'm down.
are you going to? Well,
I like drinking water.
Well, hold on now. What kind of water is it going to be? I know it's
Oh,
a
you
really
can just
smart
give me
water.
store brand.
Hey,
What?
nothing. I can get you a case of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah, we'll get you some Dollar General water.
I was about to dox myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I could probably drink 8 in an hour, 8 during an episode.
Now, we usually like to go to the bar after these episodes are done. Are you going to be wearing the pins?
No, I'll just make sure that I'll be fine.
Will Ryan be here, or is he dead?
He,
Ryan will be here.
he only wears those during Taylor Swift concerts.
I would say we would have him drink water, but that would just not. He probably needs to for his health. You know,
He's probably doing that right now.
it's probably just nice to give an old man a bottle of water on a hot day. You know what? I'm gonna bring the bottle of water for Ryan next week. Should he survive till next week? Hopefully he's doing okay. We're rooting for you, big
Brought
guy.
a bottle of water a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, you gotta take care of the elderly. You gotta check on the old people, the shut-ins right now. It's really hot out there.
It's hot as shit.
Yeah.
My parents' air conditioning went out.
Have you
Heard a
fixed it?
couple other people's.
I don't know how to fucking fix it. It's a window unit or a wall unit.
So what do you just got like a big block of ice in your fan in your mom or
I
something?
have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Wait, you're not over there?
No, I don't live there.
You got to go over
I
there
went-
to take care of the AC.
I cut the grass yesterday. I cannot fix an AC. It's been there for about 15 years, so it was probably time.
We're taking air conditioner company sponsorships.
Yeah, please.
On the show. If you'd
y'all
like to-
want to replace my parents' AC,
If you would like to
that'd be
reach
great.
out, let us know. Send us a DM and Let's Not Do This. We can fix Chris's parents' AC. You know what? We can do a GoFundMe for Chris's parents' AC.
Do GoFundMe's for everything else.
And for Chris's upcoming sex change as well. We have a fun that too.
No, I have an HSA card for that.
All right, so you may or may not die on the show next week.
We'll find out
for that. So
tune in.
Yeah,
next week.
We call that a cliffhanger in the business, folks.
We're professional.
So one thing that's not professional, I saw this story, Gen Z. So we're not Gen Z.
Correct.
You have a kid, Chris. Is he Gen Z?
He is not. He's Gen Alpha. He's the generation after.
So he's in between. He's like the meat in the sandwich. Okay.
Gen Z is the meat in the sandwich. Me and him are the bread.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, apparently there was a study done in Australia. So take it with a grain of salt. Apparently they do have telephones there, I guess. I just learned this.
I had no idea.
But apparently it was conducted by Combank and telco provider More, which, by the way, is the shittiest name ever for a phone company.
Is it M-O-R-E?
Yeah, M-O-R-E. More. This story.
More minutes, more data, just for you.
More bills. Brought to you by More, mate. That's the worst Australian accent ever.
It's pretty bad.
But yeah, apparently 90% of Gen Z are anxious about speaking on the telephone. They even go as far as to skip that awkward phone call and put it in one of the top 3 things they most want to avoid in life. They put it right up there with fear of heights and crocodiles.
Well, crocodiles make sense down there. Heights, quit being soft. But yeah, I actually relate to this. I came up with the generation of AOL Instant Messenger, so I didn't have to make phone calls. And there's nothing more anxiety driven than having to talk to somebody's parents before you can talk to that person.
Oh, dude,
that's where it started, and I think it's generational trauma going down. There's easier ways to do it, so what's the point?
Scott, you were saying?
Yeah, I try to avoid talking on the phone, like at all cost. Like,
yeah, the only time
unless I absolutely have to, I'm not.
The only time Gavin calls me is when he needs something. So when he wants money.
Yeah, text me that shit. You don't need to call me.
Gavin, call your father an extra money right now and give me 25% of it. All right, so. Not to dox myself, but I've done jobs where I'm on the phone a good portion of the time. You know, I mean, started in college, I was soliciting for donations to my college on the phone. People answered the phone then until they figured out you were a telemarketer, then they hung up on you. But yeah, right now, like Gen Z never picks up the phone. And I don't know what it is, because Chris, you mentioned calling like a girl's house back in the day. There was nothing you felt more accomplished than getting a girl's phone number back in the day.
Yeah.
But then when you called the house, and if mom picked up the phone, it was like, yeah, you could kind of joke around and get through it. If dad picked up the phone, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I just want to speak to Samantha to get the Spanish homework. You know, and then you got to get through that wall. Then you get on the phone, you start spitting your game. You're all good. I'm very comfortable on the phone. I don't know what's so hard.
Yeah,
We're talking now. If we were on the phone, what's the difference?
When's the last time we talked on the phone?
I don't know. You never call me. You never call. You don't care.
I don't call anybody.
You know, you're talking into a microphone to thousands of people right now.
Or tens.
Some in Hungary.
Tens of people.
Some in Bulgaria. We love our Eastern Bloc listeners.
Ones of people.
Belgium. Yeah. We got a few in Belgium.
Yeah, like a Germany listener, don't we?
Guten Tag.
We do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different. First of all, I'm not talking to anybody that I'm not looking at.
Yeah.
So
Is that a difference? Know. It's easier when you don't see the person.
Is it?
Dude, when I'm at work, I'm on the phone.
Also, I don't answer the phone because it's a bill collector. Those are the only people that call me. Nobody calls me except for bill collectors.
When I'm at work, I'm on the phone. I'm doing it's like I wish I had a camera in there, like Truman Show. My feet are up on my desk. I'm like texting you guys.
Why don't you film it silently for content?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's some privacy things there.
No. You put a little webcam in the corner of your office so you can't see anything. Would they see you doing your thing? You could live stream that.
Well, then they might catch my napping and the real lack of work that I actually do.
It's on a live stream. They're not looking for that.
But
let's not do this live stream.
Brought to you by Blank Company. You can sponsor this segment as well, just like Local Astronaut. For all your astronaut needs, make them local. So I don't understand like what the big hang up is. Like I'd rather be on the phone than text.
That's insane.
Imagine texting a girl.
Well, that's because you're just too lazy to use your thumbs. You always use voice to text anyways.
Well, no, it's not even that. Like,
no, that's exactly what it is.
Imagine texting a girl.
Yeah?
Like this generation, that's what they do.
Yeah.
she doesn't answer for 2 hours.
Okay.
But if you call there and she's not there, she doesn't get the voicemail, at least like, okay, I've left this message.
Or she's
busy.
She ignored it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather her not answer the phone than not hit the text back because everyone has their phone in their hand. You may not be in a position to talk. Maybe you're in church, maybe with your grandma. I don't know. But everyone can send a 2-second text back. If you don't get that text back, that's more anxiety inducing than not taking the phone call.
Does your wife not text you back?
We don't even text.
Well, if you call, she just texts you, "Hey, I can't talk."
Yeah, we don't even text. I think I use, we're like the 2 people left on earth that still use like Google Chat.
What?
Yeah.
G-Chat?
Yeah, G-Chat or whatever it is called now, Hangouts or whatever it's called. I don't think I've texted my wife like maybe 3 times in the calendar year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm texting with somebody right now. So
Well, what's his name?
we're
him.
not announcing this to the world
Tell him to come on the show.
at the moment.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
right.
We might have a special guest soon.
All right. So another thing I saw that was going on, Scotty, you mentioned the zoo. One of you guys had mentioned the zoo earlier when we were talking about field trips. Mm-hmm. You guys see the story about the Toronto Zoo? And they don't want you showing videos or posting or showing pictures to the gorillas because they might upset them.
I mean,
You don't like it
is
when
it
we
true?
post certain pictures of you.
are they afraid of people showing like gorillas in their natural habitat?
No, it's not. Yeah. Look where your cousin is. Yeah, no.
They're afraid of getting the Planet of the Apes situation going.
So apparently they're afraid of the gorillas getting all worked up and getting like addicted to the videos because gorillas are smart animals, unlike Chris. They're very smart. And they want them to refrain from showing any videos or pictures as some content can be upsetting and affect their relationship and behavior within their family. What the fuck difference is it than like showing it to a child then?
There and only gorillas that we don't know about? Where
You just gave me an idea. You just gave me an idea. Oh my God, you just gave me an idea. So, there's like, the kennels, like the doggy daycare places for dogs, and they get the meal delivery services for dogs. If you're trying to have puppies, only dogs.
Only Paws. I came up
Only
with that.
Paws.
I came up with that
that's
name
good.
the other day.
That's good. And I
Pretty
think
good.
we have an episode name. Only Paws. Can you imagine? It's like you come back and your beagle is just like swiping through. He's like, oh, look at that Doberman picture. Oh, this. And
You
he's
gotta
like,
pay to unveil the the blur.
$3.99 a month. You can look at pictures of this Chihuahua. Dog's getting all steamed up.
The girls are just laying on her back.
Oh my God. So
Scratch my belly.
our good buddy Shane, he's got the sweetest dog in the world. His dog's name is Josie. And I think Josie, before he rescued her, I think she probably had like a shit ton of puppies. Because I've never seen a dog with as many nipples and as many pronounced as her.
Here we go.
And when you see her, she will automatically, she knows you, just roll over and present, rub my belly, and everything is out there. She would be like the cover dog for this. There would be just beagles and hounds and all kinds of stuff just subscribing left and right. Only Paws.
They have a section that says neutered or not neutered.
Oh my God. You separated by color. I don't want no black labs. You get the racist dogs on there.
That might be racist.
Look at Chris. He's working on the website design right now.
Yep.
Only Paws.
Exactly what it is.
That's what was it? Patent pending, verbal pending, whatever it is. Don't steal our idea. That's our retirement nut right there. Between that, the money that we get from Ryan Crokin, we might be able to build a life one day.
First
with
of all,
this
he's
podcast.
not leaving us shit.
What? You don't think we'll get $14? I think he'll leave us a bar tab.
Maybe
A bar tab. Yeah. All right.
Happy hour bar tab.
And then, speaking of happy hour, another thing I want you to do, Chris, you're going to drink the water, right?
Yes.
6 glasses of the 6 things of water.
8. I'll do 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm much bigger than a 10-year-old. Let's keep it fair.
There's a joke.
Yep.
And I'm not going to make it,
Yep.
but there's a joke.
I know where you're going.
Can we have you try Prime Energy drink? Have you had it?
I have not only because my son is a fanboy of it. And I want nothing to do with it.
So have you seen the story about the controversy with the caffeine?
No.
So apparently Prime Energy Drink, Senator, I think it's Chuck Schumer, is starting a investigation into this. It contains 200 milligrams of caffeine. How the big fuck is the milligram? I don't know. But apparently it's around twice the amount as that of Red Bull. Apparently they say it's equal to the caffeine in like 6 Cokes.
That's a little overboard.
Apparently it's like not good. These studies are saying for like the hearts of like, kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
So yeah, don't give that
The,
to your son.
Yeah, no.
The
no.
UFC just made a deal with him too.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
would
they're
think they would.
sponsor.
Can we have you drink some of those?
No.
After, let's have you drink the
honestly,
water
I
and then
don't-
drink the Prime.
I don't do energy drinks because I have a very high heart rate as it is. I don't need my heart to explode on this podcast.
Well, the 79 cigarettes a day probably doesn't help.
That calms my nerves, so that helps.
Yeah.
Scotty, I haven't tried to kill you yet. Can you do the Prime?
Nah, I'm not doing that shit either.
Well, no, I can't do it. I'll die as soon as I open up the bottle.
Yeah, let's
Literally.
just skip that.
Yeah.
If Ryan's not dead, maybe he can.
No, Ryan is not doing it. I won't allow it.
Maybe our angel investor can
He
do
drinks.
the Prime.
He drinks energy drinks.
Yeah. Our angel investor thinks he could beat our hot dog record too from last week, which by the way, if you haven't watched it, and judging by the numbers, a lot of you haven't, you can go to our YouTube page and watch me defeat Chris in yet another aspect of life.
Well,
this
they
time
watched-
a hot dog count.
Yes.
A lot of people
Subscribe.
have watched the actual contest video. Nobody wants to see you win, so that's why
it
nobody's
might
looked.
might be the thumbnail you have on there.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting,
I did that purposely.
yeah.
That's why I tanked just so
favorite
that we
part-
could get that. So we
Yeah,
can get that.
my
thumbnail.
favorite part is when they cut off your celebration speech.
So good.
You're like, I'm gonna call out, and then they just cut it off. Who were you
That was
calling
not-
out?
That was
What?
not me, by the way. That was not me. That was
That was the
Lance.
angel
the
investor.
cameraman.
Yeah, it was our angel investor. I was calling out
Beautiful
Eric
work.
Badlands Booker.
Oh, okay.
That's who I was
That-
calling
okay.
out.
How did y'all like the editing work that I did on the first one? Did you even watch it, Leon?
I did watch it. I watched it while I was drunk at a brewery.
All right. How did you like it?
I
you
did
like the
thoroughly
music?
like it. You actually
The speed up?
have a little bit of skill, a little bit of talent somehow, some way to edit something.
Little
I
bit of
tried really hard on that one.
You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't
Doesn't
even
even
matter.
matter because
Look at
nobody's
that.
watching.
He's got a little bit of a lot of things. But yeah, everybody go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes, please.
All right.
YouTube.com/@ Let's Not Do This Podcast.
And on that unfortunate note, we'll
Are we
wrap
done?
this. That's what the girl said to
Yeah, it's happy hour.
that's what the girl said to Chris.
Relax. Let's not do this.
Find us on we're on Threads now too.
We are on
Yeah,
Threads.
threads. Killing
it's,
Twitter one thread at a time.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. Let's not do this. _ Let's not do this on Twitter. Follow us.
Get that Twitter up. But yeah, follow us on Threads, all that good stuff.
We love you.
Ryan, if he's alive, will be back next week.
Yes, sir.
Vaya con Dios.